something
That's
so
right.
important.
Adjusting as we come back into it. We're getting
Yes.
it going live. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here on Long Island. This is Love, Death, and Taxes. I hope you have missed us. If not, uh, click like, go listen to the thing, and then you'll see all that you've been missing. Because the truth is, this is a great show, and you should enjoy it. Today, we're going to be talking about uh, relationships and the way that travel actually can enhance them. And so, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Again, live from Long Island, New York. Hi, Agnes. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm okay. We've been doing a lot of moving and moving around this last month, so it's kind of cool to
You've been
settle
moving. I have been celebrating. So, yeah.
down. Yeah, it's all up and down, downs and up, and get it all done. That's fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, this is Love, Death, and Taxes, where we talk about the unescapable things in life, and one of them that we talk about a lot is love and relationships and the things that go along with those. And today we're going to be talking about coming and going, how travel can widen your horizons and improve your relationships. Now, Agnes, you just came off of a trip. How was that? What did you do?
Oh my God, it was something else, really. We usually plan at least a year in advance. This
Mhm.
year we went to Switzerland, Austria, and Germany, and
What?
it was amazing, amazing experience. I never even dreamed about being on the top of the Alps, almost on the very top. And you know, seriously, it brought tears to my eyes just in being grateful for such an experience and the beauty of a nature. I just cannot express. I don't have enough words. Really, it was amazing, and we celebrated my husband's birthday in Austria. Nice romantic dinner, beautiful concert. Classical music. We both are lovers of classical music, and going to Germany and see remnants of the communism and reminder of the war, and especially for me being Polish, had extra meaning. So yeah, it was something else. It was really an experience. My husband and I, we try to do once a year to go somewhere and travel and to see different places. So yeah, it does wonders for one's life. It
So
really does.
I'd assume, yeah, you have those shared experiences that you'll never ever forget. That those are things that you can bank and you can literally talk about later on, right? When you're in your rocking chair with the blanket over your knees, and you're just like, oh, David, remember that time we went to the Alps, right?
Yes, yes.
No, I mean it's kind of a bonding thing, right? You can be able to say, hey, we did this together and we work together. So listen, do you ever, when you're out there doing this, do you ever have like communication issues? Like, are you stressed sometimes because like trying to talk to them about, hey, how we get this done, or how do we move from here to there, and then it doesn't work out? I mean, does it help your communication? How does that work out for you?
It definitely built trust because my husband just knows where he's going and I'm making all the arrangements. So he has trust in me. Like, okay, you're doing this, you're doing that. So like he knows he's got an itinerary in his hand. But we always make sure that we have all the transportation done ahead of time from the hotel to the airport or from, those kind of things. And communication, we just stress. No, that's what the stress stays at home.
Okay.
But I can see that some people may have problems
Right.
because that different things happen during our adventures time. We might take a wrong turn, end up different place. So I can see how some couples may start blaming each other. Where you going? You didn't know where to go, and then you didn't make plans and things. So yes, things happened, and it did happen to us that we end up where we didn't plan on going. you know Things like that happened, but we try not to stress. Definitely not to blame each other. We're old enough to know that no one plans on those kind of things,
Right.
and trying to go with the flow. And you know we had an experience with this one restaurant, and it was really on me. I should have said something when I had the suspicion, but then I kept my mouth shut. And then we ended up having in Germany this experience with food, that the dinner was extremely expensive, and it was nothing to eat. One of those things. But no, just as soon, I have to tell you, as soon as we sit in a car that picks us up from the house, taking us to the airport, we turn, I can feel it in myself, going into this vacation mode. That the business, the
Okay.
stress leave behind us. We deal with that when we come back. Majority of the situations still will be waiting for you. And we just relax. We go. Maybe years of
Great. Great.
experience we that we learn to deal with that, and that taste of adventure, what's out there.
Right. Right. The
That's what.
excitement right,
Yeah.
doing that together, and then I'm sure it helps to reignite some passion and romance and that sort of thing. Um, so you're saying you guys work out whatever problems you actually have, like you'll solve those problems. If say you're on you, I was going to talk about this. There's a show called The Amazing Race, right? You see couples are on
Mhm.
it all the time, and you can see that those two people are working. They're supposed to be going around the world, ladies and gentlemen. If you do not know this show, it's basically the premise is going around the world together as a couple, and it's a race against other competitors, and they give you like little clues, and you have to figure out your way and get there. And it's clear sometimes that there are couples who are not going to make it. Like right in the beginning, you can tell they're not going to make it because they cannot solve problems together or communicate well enough to actually solve those problems together. And I think that's maybe a great thing that you guys have. Or you just like, whatever, I'm not going to do anything so crazy that we don't have any issues.
Now, you know what? Look, we are different people, like
Yeah,
everybody else.
right.
There are different expectations. You would try to go without expectations, but when you're there, you can take the same place different ways. For example, last year we went to London and we stay in Eden. I think that's the name of the town, but there's a hunting lodge of Henry VIII. We're
Okay.
talking 16th century or 15th century building, right? Um, it was There is a night, just imagine, just a night, and this is old building, everything
Right.
creaks. There's a thunderstorm, we have window open, magnolia tree outside, and I was like, I'm in seventh heaven. To me, is the most romantic place and the most romantic night ever. Right, I'm
Mhm.
thinking about Henry VIII and his second wife, and and the Boleyn. And then my husband is looking at us like, oh my God, someone's gonna come and kill us at any moment, so because it looks like a haunting place, that this is like haunting. That's what I
Yeah,
want to say. That looks
very
like
like
that
a
because
haunted house.
you don't see, you just see surrounded by walls, old walls. You don't even see the door they are built in. So see, two people, two different experiences, right?
Right, right, right,
And
right.
now how you turn that into like a romantic night. And my
Oh,
husband has to go over, like okay, I'm gonna push my feelings aside just to make her happy. So sometimes that's what you have to do. You know what I mean?
yes, I
To
can see that. I can see it. Almost
Yeah.
like, hey, um, this. This place is freaking me out. You're really enjoying it, but then like finding that middle ground where like, okay,
Exactly.
this is a
Exactly.
cultural understanding, a cultural experience that the two of us are having. So then you can value like the exposure to this different culture and whatever. So the whole time, David, he was he's like Scooby Dooby Doo, let me out of here, and
And there is me, and I'm in seventh heaven. Oh my God, I'm so happy. This is so beautiful, so romantic. He's looking at me like, have you lost your mind, woman? You know, but that's an example of some places like we thank God we don't have too many different experiences to that extent that where we're going, okay, we like the place, we agree on attractions that we going, like we both enjoy classical music, we both enjoy different concerts that we went to, we both enjoy going to ups, we both enjoy certain food, so we go into the places that we both like, right? But
right.
there are situations, like I told you about this lodge, that
Mhm.
you just do things for another, for each other. That you have to meet on a middle ground to make everybody happy, right?
Okay.
So that's just during travels you're gonna have those kind of situations,
Yeah, I would think so. You're gonna have to overcome some challenges. You might
and
have to
and
work,
that's
but lots
and
of
that's
communication
yes,
again.
that's the communication, and that's what brings people closer,
Right.
because this way you have someone doing something for you, like he did for me. It's like, okay, I'm gonna push my feelings aside so I can enjoy this this beautiful thunderstorm in a hunting lodge of Kennedy. So-
You think of that like a trust building exercise, like because he's there thinking, okay, not only am I going to push my feelings aside, but I'm going to trust her that she did not book me into a place where I am going to get murdered in my sleep, right?
I hope he didn't tell them about that. Yeah, yeah, but again, going places, yes. I'm going to tell you from my personal experience. Going places,
Mhm.
you go to big cities, like we went to Zurich, we stayed in Zurich, and towns look completely different than where we are from now, right?
Yes.
So you see the type of life people have. We learn from that. Like Switzerland is the cultural is like life outdoors, a lot of outdoor activities, and people eat everything and anything, and you don't see obese people because they walk a lot. So there's something to learn, right? From
Right,
that
right.
culture, that to do more outdoor activities, to be more on the move, so that help us whenever we come back from um, our travels, we adopt something into our lives, so being more out, so we do that, or even we make certain changes in our house to make life more comfortable, that we learn that works for others.
Ooh.
And there going to certain places, like we went to Germany, and we actually when we come back we appreciate our life even more. um that
Okay,
that
exactly why. Why did you change your life even more from after Germany?
um I don't know. We just didn't like Berlin too much. It
Oh,
looks very gray, where our life has more color here, you know.
okay.
But that's just our personal feeling.
Oh, you mean you appreciate your life? I must have
Yes,
missed that.
yes, we
Oh, okay.
appreciate our life here more.
That's
So this is a learning experience. That definitely we'd always do a little research about the culture in the countries where we're going, to know
right.
how to behave, because you're going somewhere as a visitor, you should know how to behave, not to cross certain rules and regulations, because let's say in Switzerland and even Austria, throwing things on the street can get you a big fine, or you can get locked up. So that's one of the things.
Yes.
um, We were shocked. Can you imagine? We're going walking in Zurich up and down, and there are scooters and bikes. It's left on the sidewalk without any chains, and we're
Oh,
like,
okay.
"Oh, really? Like, no, no one's gonna touch this, and no one does. There's no
You
such
know, I would say to you that that was definitely. Do you think there was a lot of CCTV camera around? Because one of the things I'm learning
Oh
recently about Europe is that there's a lot of CCTV camera, and if someone were to come and take your thing or hurt you or whatever it is, there's probably a recording of it somewhere, because it's one of the most surveilled areas now in First Nation Europe. Did you see that? Was there a lot of that
yes,
around?
it was a lot. It was a lot. But at the same time, if I'm in Manhattan and there is a park where
Yeah.
there's a lot of young people smoking and drinking, would you walk through that park?
Me personally, you're asking probably the wrong person because I just like to see what's going
Okay,
on. But
I
I
wouldn't.
understand. I do, and I understand what you're saying. I probably wouldn't if I were with you. I probably would not. I would probably think, this may not make her comfortable. Let's walk around. But me personally, well, I guess I'm in
So
favor.
imagine we did
Mhm.
after 11 o'clock at night and we felt safe.
In
There
Zurich,
was,
yeah.
yes,
Okay.
there's no one, not a can after beer on the street. There is not a smoke on the street. Even young people having fun, they felt wonderful and safe, and they knew what they can do and they cannot do. So that was amazing experience. So
Right.
that's that. But beside that, when it comes to the relationships, traveling, I think it's a very healthy thing to do, because
Yeah.
either you're gonna go and, oh, you know what, you discover your likes and dislikes, and you see if you're on the same path. You
Right.
learn to compromise, because if your partner likes something else, then you learn to compromise.
Mhm.
um, you'll learn how to be outside of your comfort zone, which is important in life, because there's a lot of situation where you have to be outside your comfort zone. And building trust, absolutely. Like we were in Switzerland, and to my husband, like, look, this is true. There are the most beautiful women are in Switzerland.
Wow. He said that to you.
No, I
You
said
didn't
that
beat him
to
up?
him. I said that to him, and that's
Oh,
like,
you said that.
and of course my husband goes like, no, 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 I didn't know this.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know what you're talking about. I
no, but like,
only see you, Agnes.
no, but like, I'm not threatened by anybody. So
Right, of course. You were the one who brought it up. So, yeah, you're having fun.
exactly. So, but it's like, I said, but just look, this is a beautiful woman. This is beautiful, and I see that he's finally looking, because yeah, you're right. But that's just an observation, not throwing him at
Right,
the
right.
situation.
I mean, if you think about it, you could go to another part of the world and point out that, oh my gosh, all these people are, they look a certain way or whatever it is. So I get that. That's great. So the realizations, being able to share these experiences with one another. You said did overcome a couple of challenges. That's great. What about goals? Are you setting these goals like every year and saying, this is what I'd like to do? Like, I'd like to go to this place, or I'd like to go to that place, and then you guys all get it together? Or are you just saying, David, this is where we're going this year, and you're gonna come with me?
Well, did he strike you as a yes, ma'am person? No, no, no. Uh, we talked about it. Like
Okay, good.
we are going places where we both want to go to,
Mhm.
you know, and I can make suggestions and then show him, oh, look, this is the hotel I'm interested in. What do you think about it?
Right, right.
Or and then I make final arrangements. Or when it comes to attractions, we always refer, we read, we take our time, actually. We read what other people think about it.
Okay.
The places where we are interested, both of us have interest on going. The tours and things like that. Because when you go into a place where you've never been to, how would you know where to go, what to do,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, exactly.
So you hear some things here and there, but you know I'm not that knowledgeable to know about everything what is where.
Right.
So
Of course.
we go by other things what being what other people recommended, and that's and we're looking into it together. So there is fun time doing that together as well. That's the activities, like, okay, something for both of us to look forward to.
Mhm.
Otherwise, would you want to be taken to the place where you have no interest in going and seeing things you have no interest in?
It's so funny because there literally someone was talking about this other day. He's like, I don't even care. I just want to go because she wants me to go. And I was like, no, that really is not the right attitude. You want to go because, yeah, you make her happy by going, but you should also go and enjoy it and say to yourself, huh, what are the things that he was presented with an itinerary? And the itinerary was like, these are all the things that you can do. And he just wouldn't look. He'd say, kept falling asleep looking at it. I was like, well, don't complain if everything
Yeah,
everything that you're doing is now only the things that she wanted to do because you haven't made yourself like a part and parcel of it. But the idea would be to have quality time with someone who you love and you care for. Yes, that's great, but also to choose something, explore a new environment together, and go ahead and do that. That's fantastic, man. I'm envious. We've gone on a few trips. Oh, you're doing it with your husband, but sometimes we do it with the kids, sometimes we do it with
hmm,
whoever else. And those are great as well. I feel as though when you do go out on something that you've planned for some time, sometimes it can be stressful because you're scared of things can happen on the plane or whatever. Not, but that's not the worst part. The part about getting there and actually making things happen. That's so much fun. Always so much fun, and just marveling at not just the culture of the place that's there, but then the history of it too. I'm a big history buff.
yeah.
You're a big history buff too. You're a big history buff. That's why you're going to all these different places in old style Europe where you're scaring your husband. he's wondering how
Yeah,
he's
that
never gonna
place
make it.
was very special. Magnificent. I mean, really magnificent place, full of history.
Mhm.
Not exactly very happy ending with King Henry VIII and Berlin, but they were there during happy times. They were there
Yeah,
during happy times, and the swans were there and everything. So that's like, I know about. I read that on that history, so I was like in seventh heaven. But once in Iceland, my husband knew that I was into Game of Thrones, and we went for the tour of Game of Thrones, and it's like
oh,
everyone on this bus was like eight of us who was watching. So seven of us, yes, we did. So why are you doing it? She made me come. So, like, but guess what? He actually enjoyed the trip
yeah.
because the places we saw the natural beauty of the place. It was just
Is
again,
he
just it
is
was
he now
beautiful.
is he now watching Game of Thrones to catch up
No,
and figure out where? No.
no, no,
He's
no.
not-
It's
that's not
okay.
his thing, right? That's just not his kind of TV show. That's
No,
not.
no, no. But everyone, look, we can't be all the same. Life would
No,
have been so
of
boring.
course, of course
So,
not.
so there is more fun into going. Like sometimes we're going for the tours where he wants to see something, and because he does things for me, so I go do things for him, right? But I still find the joy in it. That's what vacations are for. That's what I mean about being outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah,
You have to open your horizons. And I have to tell you, looking at different cultures, um, how they live, the things sometimes go in different places and you see women are not allowed to do this or do that, or the man has to do this or do that. We come back richer and happier, richer in experience, and,
right.
and happier with with what we have, how we live, where we live, you know, getting to know what's out there, even healthcare or different political systems that makes us happier that we are here, and that we have, because of where we are, we can continue traveling,
Right.
not too often. I wish we could travel more often, but then you know the real life kicks in and we have to take care of our bills and everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
but
great.
it's amazing, something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah,
Like we
and
came back from our vacation, we have destination for next year, and slowly I'm gonna start getting into, searches for less expensive tickets, searching for what we want to do, searching for hotels and things. So that's planning half the fun.
right, right. It's the adventure, part of the exciting adventure. So I get it. It's a great shared experience. You're working on your communication skills. You're spending quality time. You're building trust together because you're working out whatever issues or not necessarily issues, but definitely problem solving together. You're getting all these cultural understandings because you go into all these new places and adapting some of them to your life or not, using it to recognize how great you do have it at
Okay.
home. You're using this as stress relief, like like you said, as soon as you get in the car and you start going, you're like, oh my gosh, this is going to be such a great time. Like I said, adventure and excitement, and then creating shared goals to go to see things that both of you want to see, or sometimes just he wants to see. What tell me one thing that David is saying, I definitely want to go and see this or see that. Like, I know he likes Beamers. Has he ever talked about going to the Bavarian Motor Works in Europe?
Well, we called this last vacation German vacation because it was German speaking language, three countries. So that was motivated because of his interests.
Mhm,
He wanted to go see Northern Europe. So we went a couple years ago to Iceland, Finland, and Sweden.
mhm,
We still have Norway, but I'm thinking Norway around one of the Christmases. So like, yeah, he will give me something to think about, and then I'm planning around that.
great,
You
great,
know,
cool. Cool. All right. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this convo. We're talking about coming and going, how travel can widen your horizons and improve your relationships. This has been Love, Death, and Taxes. If you would like to talk to us about a specific topic or the topic that we were talking about here, and want to tell us something, is going to be sending that to mailbag at lovedeathandtaxes.com. Okay. If you are looking for some tax issues, you want to get those all cleared up, there's one place to go, and that's nytaxresolutions.com. You're going to speak to Agnes because Agnes is going to assist you in getting out of that crazy. All right. And of course, I want you to know that we are not only here on YouTube, not only here on LinkedIn, not only here on Facebook, but we are also on anywhere you get your podcast. Love, Death, and Taxes. Agnes, you want to tell them goodbye?
well, next week.
All right, good. Thanks, God. Next week, guys. Take care.